The medieval city of Kilkenny, internationally acclaimed as a centre for craft and design, hosted the Ravensrock Rally Round 6 of the Dunlop National Rally Championship. Famed for its magnificent historical buildings and atmospheric streets, Kilkenny provides a fabulous backdrop for this national championship event.
Welcome back once again to On the Limit Sports. Well, we're here in the beautiful Kilkenny this weekend, also known as the Marble City, for this, the 6th round of the National Rally Championship. First on the road today is winner of the last 2 rounds, Eugene Donnelly, but hot in pursuit is current leader of the championship, Michael Barable. This really is going to be an exciting event.
From second in the Donegal International Rally, it's back to business in the championship for Derry's Eugene Donnelly. He's already notched up 3 wins and 1 second place in 4 outings and is rapidly closing on the top spot. He's a driver on a mission.
Eugene, you're winner of the last 2 rounds and you put on a spectacular show in Donegal last weekend. You are the man they're all trying to catch at the minute.
I don't know about that. This championship here has got a long way to go, and it's still a very difficult championship. Like, you have Michael and you have Jim there. It's pity Niall's not here, but I would say now it'll not be easy to stay in front of Jim Harrison and Michael today. They'll be very hungry for wins, you know, and I'm a bit fatigued after all this rallying I'm doing, but looking forward to the event, yeah.
Meanwhile, Michael Barable still leads the 10-round series since the 2nd round, and although it's not going to be easy, but he's on a course for the first National Rally Championship title.
Well, we're here this morning with the championship leader, Michael Barable. Michael, you came 2nd in Limerick. You're past the halfway point in the championship now. Would you find the pace increasing in this last leg?
I think the pace is going to get really hot from here on in. Not saying it has been hot from the word go. With Eugene Donnelly, who's extremely match fit at the moment for the rallying he's doing, like even last weekend in Donegal. We haven't been out ourselves in the circuit of Munster. But this is one of our favourite rallies, the famous territory. It's lovely weather, it's a lovely day. And we're looking forward to having a good run here now today.
Jim, you've been a regular competitor here in Ireland now for a good few years. What attracts you to the Irish roads?
This championship certainly appeals to us because it's only for one day, really, at the weekend. So we used to do the internationals quite a lot, and that was quite a bit of commitment in terms of time. So this just seems to suit us, and obviously the roads are good and the crack's good, so we enjoy it, you know. It's the main thing.
And this is your 3rd time doing Clerk of the Course. How did you first become interested in rallying?
It was my brother, actually. He was involved in the Carrick Motor Club, and he was the results officer at that stage when they used to do results by hand, manually, which was great fun. And I was pretty good with figures, so he decided I would be handy to use me to do results with him. And that's how I got involved. And he gave up the club at that stage and got married, and I continued on, and 25 years later, still here.
Stage 1, Tullaroan, is a true test for competitors. A fast-flowing stage with many square lefts and right junctions. It is very bumpy and has lots of places to take out the unprepared. Eugene Donnelly is quickly into the groove, and although he felt that the tyre compound was a trifle too soft in the hot conditions, from 2nd on the opening stage, he set fastest time on stage 2 to lead by 3 seconds.
60. One right, 250 and bumps, and brake for 3 right, and flat 2 left, opens for a small crest and jump, 200.
3rd after stage 1, Michael Barable picked up a puncture on stage 2, his first in over a year and a half. He drops to 4th, a little deflated, and 37 seconds off the top spot.
Absolute left and right through the junction, 1500. Absolute right at the sign, 1500. Turn fast, medium left, late turn in. You know this one now. Flat 1000 at the bottom. Slide right opens, 1000.
Jim Harrison always makes a strong start, and this time is no exception. He led after stage 1 and is only 3 seconds behind Donnelly. Having retired early from the last round, Adrian McIlvanney is now getting to grips with the ex-Kevin Barrett car and is beginning to find the limits of the car. However, he needs to be careful. He did have one major moment on stage 2.
Crest continues, 62 right, 60, very big jump, 60, crest jump,
120 over bumps, right over crest, into left, 80.
Wexford's Noel Redmond made a hasty exit on the Carlow rally, and he loses time here with a slipping clutch.
And 2 right, don't cut over crest 130. And 2 right, 2 left into 1 right. 1 right, 3 left, don't cut. And 4 left. 4 left.
John Gallagher got the call from the reserves, and with Paul Nagel on the notes, he slots into 6th place.
Bump over junction, 1 right, into 1 right continues. Keep it going. For 80, 100, turn 6 left. Go on, keep it going. 6 left. 80. 3 right. 3 right.
Local driver Ray Breen makes a welcome return to rallying, driving the ex-John Mercer Metro 604. Another returnee is Patrick Elliott. This is his first rally since his accident in the Monaghan rally. From coming back to going out, that's where Tony Davis is heading, and he will crash out over a crest on this opening stage. The nimble Darien, this is of John Dalton's, who has a few cracked ribs. Nevertheless, he makes a good start to hold equal 9th. Another overseas driver, Steve Fleck, lost time at the scene of Tony Davis' accident. It's a WRC debut for Nigel Hicklin, and it's a satisfying start as he acclimatises to his new car. Finishing the first 2 stages in 7th spot, Carrick and Suir's Richie Curran. Contesting the Get Connected Championship, Cathal Authors endures brake problems on this opening stage. David McNulty makes a cautious start and is outside the top 10. Get Connected sponsor Damien Cole debuts the ex-Paddy Yerston car, and he's reseated from his original position. He's had a big overshoot, and he's also sheared the bolts on the sump guard.
Flat right, 300. Go on, boy, keep it on. Flat right, 300. Right 1. 50, right 1, 120.
A new start this year for the most famous stage in County Kilkenny sees the crews tackling a fast section before they reach the village of Winegale to a tight hairpin before the drivers have to face a long, fast section right to the end. There's no stopping Eugene Donnelly. Another fastest time gives him a 37-second lead into the service.
Brake for 3 left, a jump and 2 right. And flat 3 left and flat 1 right cuts. 40, flat crest in the middle. To dip and 5 left plus cuts. The flat 1 right of a small crest cuts. The flat 2 right don't cut. And the flat 2 right cuts.
Making up for lost time with his earlier puncture, Michael Barrable was more or less equal to Donnelly on stages 3 and 4. At least he moved up 1 place to 3rd.
Absolute right over crest to the 3, stay right. Go, 1,000. Absolute right over crest going down. Well done, 2,000 to the bottom. Easy right at the runes. Repeat, easy right at the runes. Cut. And easy left over crest, 2,000 to the top. Absolute crest, follow wires, go.
In second, Jim Harrison lost 20 seconds at one very tight corner. He failed to get around it and then stalled the McKinstry hire car. Adrian McIlvany reckoned he went off the boil on stage 3 and it cost him a place on the leaderboard.
One right over a crest, 64 left minus, down the bottom, into 3 right and 3 right into 2 left, 44 right continues, over 100 and then opens.
John Gallagher is the best of the non-WRC cars in the ex-John Galeese car.
One right over jump, 130, caution, 2 left over crest, jump, 40, on 5 left, 300, caution, right over double crest and jump, 60.
Ray Breen is in a rush to get to the service halt and sort out a petrol problem that's losing him time. Having changed the clutch twice, Noel Redmond is trying desperately to find the pace again.
40. One right continues. 40. One right, flat 100. One left, 40. The 3 left. One right, 100.
Patrick Elliott has lost a lot of time. Nevertheless, he's glad to be back rallying again. Moving up 2 places to 6th is Steve Bleck, who reckoned he was far too slow on the first 2 stages. It's not taking Nigel Hicklin too long to adapt to his new car. He's 10th at the halfway mark. The latest problem for Richie Curran concerns gear change that appears to be tightening. Having changed the brake pads, Cathal Authors now reckons that his car is stopping exactly when he wants it to stop. David McNulty is over 30 seconds off the final pace in the top 10. Now getting more accustomed to his new car, Damien Cole has no problems to report this time round.
Long flat left, into flat right at wall. 50 crest into left 1. 30 right 1, 120. To the sign, 100, turn right 4.
Did you have any major dramas this morning?
Not really. Your heart's in your mouth when the stages are fast, as they always are, you know, and it's extremely hard to just make sure every corner you get it right. I think the boys behind are having a few problems here and there. Jim had a spin and Michael got a puncture, you know, so...
But everything's running smoothly for yourself?
Yeah, thank God, yeah. I know, we're having a good day.
Jim, you're looking very relaxed. It must have been a good morning.
Not very good at all, really. We had a great time on the first stage, but things gone a bit downhill from there, really. So we're still second, I think, but Eugene's way away.
Michael, you too had your own problems this morning.
Yes, we got a good start to the day, but on the second stage, sadly, we got a puncture halfway through it. It's our first puncture in a year and a half, but just something I noticed we had cut this particular corner. There was a big hole in it, and we could feel the thump through the steering wheel. I thought we might have got away with it, but as it went on, you could feel it deflating, and we drove the last 2.5 miles with bits of tyre flying off all over the place. So.
You were 30 seconds behind Jim Harrison then, coming off stage 3. Have you lost time?
I think we have lost time, but Jim's also lost time as well. Michael Barrable has gained a bit of time there. I think he got a puncture earlier on, but he seems to have pulled it back a bit. He was going very quick now on that last, on the 4th stage.
And the results after special stage 4. Eugene Donnelly, 28 minutes and 18 seconds in the lead in 1st. Jim Harrison is in 2nd. Michael Barrable is in 3rd. Adrian McElvanny in 4th. And Sean Gallagher in 5th. The Ravens Rock Rally, brought to you in association with Sureway Forklifts. The Ravens Rock Rally, brought to you in association with Sureway Forklifts. The longest stage in the rally that travels across open moorland over some hair-raising jumps before joining a fast main road section to the finish, in between everything from hairpins to open fast junctions. Even though he remarked he should have fitted new tyres for stage 5, Eugene Donnelly maintained his dominant position. Indeed, he's one of the 3 drivers to beat the bogey for this stage.
Right cuts, the 3 left plus, 100. Flat 1 right continues for 150. The small jump at the white pillars, okay. 40. Caution 1 little bump and that 40, brake 5 right.
Michael Barrable has moved up another place. He's now into 2nd, despite collecting an unfortunate pigeon in the air vent.
3,000. Absolute crest, 2,000. Absolute right in dip, 2,000. Turn 90 right. All right, watch the turn 90 right. All the feathers go.
A few miles from the end of the stage, Jim Harrison's Subaru started to splutter, as though it was running out of petrol. Adrian McElvany joins Donnelly and Barrable to beat the bogey. He's really pushing the new car and exploiting its limits.
3 left long here, 60 left, 100. 1 right over crest, 60. 3 right. And 4 right. 4 right here, 80.
The nature of the stage didn't suit Sean Gallagher. Nevertheless, he remains a solid 5th.
Watch the kick over jump here now, kick over jump. Next one, kick over jump here. Right, that's it. Right, keep it going now, it's okay. 60 jump, 130 over bump dip. 40, crest, flat here, 150, it's okay. 1 right, 60, crest, the turn hairpin right.
The Metro 6R4 of Ray Breen is now performing much better as the service crew stiffened the suspension. The clutch problems have knocked Noel Redmond out of his stride, and he's well down the order.
Hairpin right, 170 up middle. Crest and bump, 1 right, 100.
Steve Fleck has increased his pace, but is lamenting his slow start. He's now 6th. A problematic gearbox is a source of worry for Nigel Hicklin, who is 9th. On his home rally, Richie Curran is still trying to move into the top 10. Cathal Authors has it all to do today, competing with the WRC cars ahead of him. Having lost all that time on stage 1, Patrick Elliott is building up his confidence after his Monaghan accident. David McNulty is having an excellent run in the championship and is lying just outside the top 10 after this stage. There's no letting up for Donnelly as he closes in on another victory.
Flat 3 right, 43 right cuts, the flat 2 left, 60, long 3 right plus cuts, the 2 left stay in, 40, flat 1 right continues, 40, flat 1 right, 100.
Barrable may not be able to catch the leader, but Dunlop points are all important.
Absolute crest of the trees, go 1500. Absolute jump going down between the trees, 1000 at the bottom. Fast left in dip, opens, fast left, open, and absolute left over crest, 800. Long slide right over crest, 4000. Never mind the feathers, all right?
It's great to see Jim Harrison having a consistent run, and while he may not win the 2003 Dunlop Championship, he could well play a part in deciding its destiny. Sensibly holding position, Adrian McElvany is another driver looking for a major share of championship points.
Left max in over crest of the wall, okay, 100. 1 right, 60. Right, 200. 1 left, 60. Turn 2 left, max over crest, 100. 2 left, max over crest, 100. 1 right.
Sean Gallagher can feel well satisfied among the more powerful cars.
Three right fast, 60. Care right over crest, 40, 5 left. 5 left. Into 3 left, 2 right, 40. 1 left, into 1 right, 100. 4 right.
Ray Breen, on his first major event for some time, has a satisfactory outing. He finishes 9th in his magnificent sounding 6R4. On the closing stages, Noel Redmond did manage to get back onto a reasonable pace, but he finished well down the leaderboard after clutch problems.
3 right, 40 up middle, long 2 right, tightens into 5 left. Tightens into 5 left. 60. Long 1 right, into 1 left, bump into 4 right, opens and tightens into 2 left.
Steve Fleck finishes the Ravens Rock Rally in 6th place and the 2nd highest overseas driver. Nigel Hickman's debut drive results in 10th on overall classification. Curran had a great and an enjoyable day, but it just wasn't enough. Patrick Elliott, we're glad to see, has regained his confidence and faces the next round in better shape. Paul Orders takes 7th place, and in terms of the Get Connected Championship, he's up to joint 2nd. David McNulty finished just outside the top 10 and picked up some championship points to move to 6th overall in the Dunlop Series. And so to the top 5, Sean Gallagher gave a commendable performance and netted a fine 5th. Another strong finish for Adrian McIlvany, ably assisted by co-driver Paul Goodman. The time lost on stages 3 and 6 proved insurmountable for Jim Harrison. 2nd place is still enough for Michael Barrable to retain the lead of the Dunlop Championship. Victory number 4 for Eugene Donnelly and co-driver Paddy Toner. A 35-second winning margin illustrated their superiority. Donnelly has now cut Barrable's lead to 10 points, with 4 rounds still remaining. And the final results after the Ravens Rock Rally, Eugene Donnelly is in 1st, Michael Barrable in 2nd, Jim Harrison in 3rd, 4th is Adrian McIlvany, and 5th was Sean Gallagher.
Put your hands together and give a big round of applause as the winner.
Eugene, you done it once again. Was it as easy as it looked?
No, it definitely wasn't easy as it looked. I would say, apart from the boys having bits and pieces of trouble there, like Michael had a puncture and Jim Harrison had a fuel starvation problem and had a bit of a spin, I would say they would have been there or thereabouts, you know.
I want everybody now to give a big cheer now. Hip it! Hip it! So we give it over the camera. Okay, everybody! Well done there. And once again, that you...
Michael, it's getting tougher and tougher to hold on to this lead for the championship.
Yes, Eugene Donnelly, in fairness, is in a class of his own at the moment. He's very match fit for the rallying, but however, we're still leading the championship. We're still knocking on the door. He's not got away with the championship. He hasn't got it won yet, and we intend to make life very difficult for the remaining rounds.
Well, that's round 6 in the championship completed, and Derryman Eugene Donnelly has done it again, tightening the gap between himself and Michael Barrable for 1st place in the championship even further. But let's not forget there's still 4 rounds to go. Join us as we head to Tipperary for round 7.
Next week, we're off to Monaghan for part 2, the Group N and Modifieds. Don't miss all the action, right here. The Ravens Rock Rally, an association